Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do class 12's the chapter Vector Algebra and 3D and one of its topic. And this is the fourth session of the unit Vector Algebra and 3D. So today our first topic is addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. So for this I'm just drawing a very rough sketch of a triangle like this. This is suppose A, this is B and this is C. So I'm telling that suppose an object moves from the point A to B in this way, then moves from B to C like this in this path. Then you can say the final displacement or net displacement made by that object from A to C is actually this AC, and I'm denoting its arrow like this, AC. Okay. So we have got three vectors here, AB vector, BC vector and AC vector. Now it will be AC vector is equals to AB vector plus BC vector. This is known as triangle law. Triangle law of vector addition. This is called triangle law of vector addition. In general, we can say that suppose one vector is there, another vector comes and its initial point will be terminal point of the first vector. Then we can add them and we will get the result like AC. Okay. So I am drawing another figure. Think about the figure like this. This is suppose A vector. This is suppose B vector. These two vectors, now in this position we can't add. But as in the previous session I told that whatever the vectors we will be dealing with here in class 12, all will be free vectors. That means we can take any vector displacement without changing its magnitude and direction. Okay. So without changing magnitude and direction of B vector, we can put B vector here like this, and then we are joining it like this. This is B vector. Suppose this is A, this is B and this is C. Then we are getting A vector plus B vector is equals to AC vector. That means it's A vector plus B vector. So we can write AC vector is equals to A vector plus B vector. Now in particular, suppose the form is like this. Okay. Suppose this is B vector, this is A vector. By triangle law, you know this is A plus B vector, right? I am taking another vector with the same magnitude in just the opposite direction of B. That means this will be minus B vector, and we will be joining its terminal and initial point of A vector. Then we are getting like this, the triangle law, A vector plus of minus B vector. That means this will be A plus of minus B vector, ultimately A minus V vector. So by triangle law, this is called addition of vectors, and this one representing difference of vectors. Okay. Now triangle ABC, this one, if this figure we are considering, then we are writing this one triangle law. AC vector is equals to AB vector plus BC vector. Now negative of a vector you have already studied. So AC vector can be written as minus CA vector. Okay, that is minus CA vector. So from this relation we can write down minus CA vector is equals to AB vector plus BC vector. Now if you are taking this one in the right hand side, then we will be getting 0 vector is equals to AB vector plus BC vector plus CA vector. Ultimately look, initial point is A, terminal point is A. That's why it's becoming 0 vector. Because in the last session I told what is 0 vector. The initial and terminal point both will be same. If you want to check my previous video on it, you can go to the description box. All links related to class 12 will be given over there. So this I am writing it freshly. AB vector plus BC vector plus CA vector equals to 0 vector. Okay. Now if we have two vectors, A vector and B vector, represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram like this, suppose this is A vector and this one is B vector. These two are two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then as B vector, A vector all are free vectors, so we can shift this B vector to this point without changing its magnitude and direction. We will be getting like this, and this also will be B vector, and we will join the terminal points also, and finally the diagonal. Now you have got the whole parallelogram figure where you can see there are two triangles, and this one also will be A vector. Now you can see that this diagonal means AC diagonal will be A vector plus B vector. Why? Because of the triangle law of vector addition. Okay, this will be A plus B. And if you are taking the upper triangle also, then also you will be getting B plus A. So ultimately vector addition is commutative. So this is A plus B. AC vector is equals to A vector plus B vector. Okay, and this, the whole thing is known as parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay, the whole figure like this, when we are doing like this parallelogram, this is parallelogram law of vector addition. So you have got the idea of this parallelogram law from actually triangular law. So we can say that the two laws of vector addition are equivalent to each other, parallelogram law and triangle law. Now we will move to the next topic, that is properties of addition of vectors. Properties of vector addition. This is the next topic. Under this topic, the first thing comes, that is number 1, commutativity of vector addition. Okay, and this law tells that if we have two vectors A vector and B vectors, we have to prove that A vector plus B vector equals to B vector plus A vector. And this one I'm not proving because just from the parallelogram law, I told this diagonal, if you are taking the lower triangle, then you are getting A vector plus B vector. If you are taking the upper triangle, then you will be getting B vector plus A vector. So ultimately we are getting both the vectors as the same line, that is AC vector. So ultimately we can prove A vector plus B vector equals to B vector plus A vector. Second property is associativity. Associativity of vector addition. So its statement is for any three vectors A vector, B vector, C vector, we have to prove A vector plus B vector inside bracket plus C vector equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. Okay, this we have to prove. Now for proving this, we need to draw one figure like this. Suppose this is A vector, this is V vector, A vector, B vector, this is suppose C vector, and then I am joining the line. Okay, I am giving the name as A, B, C and D. Now I am drawing both the diagonals. This is AC diagonal and this is BD diagonal. Now if we take the triangle ABC, then we are getting by triangle law A vector plus B vector, that is AC vector. So we are writing it from triangle ABC. We can write AC vector is equals to A vector plus B vector, right? Again from triangle BCD, we can write BD vector equals to B vector plus C vector. Okay, this is B vector plus C vector. Now you think about the triangle ABD. Triangle ABD. Triangle ABD, and if we use triangle law, then we can write that AD vector equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector, right? This plus this is equals to AD vector. And if we think about the triangle ACD, then also we are getting AD vector equals to ACD. This one ACD, this triangle, then we are getting A vector plus B vector up to this, then plus C vector equals to AD vector, right? So it's A plus B vector plus C vector. Now look, both the expressions are equal to the same vector, that is AD vector. Means they both are equal vectors. So we can prove it. Okay, therefore we are writing A vector plus B vector plus C vector equals to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So this is proved. Okay. Our next property is existence of additive identity. existence of additive identity. This tells that for every vector, a vector, 0 vector is the identity vector, additive identity. How? Because a vector plus 0 vector is equals to a vector equals to 0 vector plus a vector, where 0 is the null vector or 0 vector also simply you can see. Then number 4 property, that is existence of, what it can be? Existence of, after identity we all know normally it comes as inverse. So it's additive inverse. It tells that for every vector A, there corresponds a vector minus A, that means negative of this vector. Negative of this vector such that a vector plus minus a vector equals to 0 vector equals to minus a vector plus a vector. Then this minus a vector, that means the negative of the vector, is called the additive inverse of the vector A. Our next topic is multiplication of a vector by a scalar. This is the next topic, multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Now let a vector be a given vector and m be a scalar. Then the product of the vector A and the scalar m is denoted by ma vector, like this, and this is called multiplication of vector A by the scalar m. Okay, this is the multiplication. Now this ma vector is obviously a vector quantity. This ma vector will be collinear to a vector. Collinear to a vector. Ma vector has the same direction or opposite direction to the vector a vector. Means suppose a vector in this way it's going, ma vector can go this side or this side, okay, according to the value of m, whether it is positive or negative. If m is positive, then ma vector takes the direction of a vector. If m is negative, then ma vector takes the direction exactly opposite to the vector a. Now this ma vector's magnitude, that is mod of ma vector. Any vector's magnitude is represented with modular sign. So mod of ma vector is equals to mod m into mod a vector. Okay, that means magnitude of a vector, that is multiplication of a vector by a scalar, magnitude of the vector ma vector is mod m times the magnitude of the vector itself. Okay, now its geometrical representation can be in this way. Suppose this is a vector, so if we take the same direction but double magnitude, then it will be 2a vector. It's double magnitude I have taken, so it is 2a vector. Suppose in the same direction, no, not same, suppose in the opposite direction I am taking just half the magnitude, then it will be minus half of a vector. Suppose in the same direction I'm taking like this, okay, 1.5 part, then it will be 3 by 2 a vector, okay. So it is depending on the value of m, value of the scalar, okay. Now think about, suppose lambda is equals to, not lambda, actually lambda m we are using here. Lambda is used in your book NCERT. I am using m. M is equals to, that means the scalar is equals to 1 by modulus of a vector. Obviously a vector we are not taking it as zero vector, it's non-zero vector. Then we can write ma vector is equals to mod m a vector. Mod m, I just told that its magnitude, that means mod m we are taking as 1 by mod of a vector, so it's mod of 1 by mod of a vector into mod of a vector. So this will be cancelled out, we are getting ultimately 1, right? That means if m's value is 1 by mod a vector, then its magnitude is 1. Magnitude is 1, that means the vector is a unit vector. Unit vector in which direction? Unit vector in the direction of vector A. And it is denoted as A cap. That means we can write A cap is equals to 1 by mod of A vector, that is ma vector, right? So this ma vector represents the unit vector if m's value is 1 by mod A, and this is the formula of unit vector in any direction of a vector. A cap is equals to 1 by modulus of that vector into the vector itself, okay. So this is the unit vector. The next article is properties of multiplication of a vector by a scalar. There are few properties. Now for writing those properties, I am taking two vectors, a vector and b vector, and the scalars are suppose m and n. Then we have number 1, m into minus a vector is equals to minus m into a vector equals to minus m into a vector, means like this, okay. This is the first property. Then number 2, it's minus m into minus a vector is equals to ma vector. Number 3, m into na vector is equals to mn into a vector equals to n into ma vector. Number 4, m into a plus b vector equals to ma vector plus mb vector. Number 5, m plus n into a vector equals to ma vector plus na vector. So these 5 are the properties of multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Now one thing I want to tell you students, that whenever you are doing any sum or theorem or property for vector algebra, make sure that you are putting the vector sign over there, okay. And another thing, you can see that I was reading it as into, but I have never mentioned or nowhere written the into, that is dot sign or cross sign. Because in vector algebra, this dot sign and cross sign, these mean a different thing. Okay, so we will not use it, rather we will just avoid it. We will not put dot, we will not put cross, but when we will read it, we will read it as into. Okay, so this is all about today's session, students. I hope you all have understood the session. So we will meet in the next session with very different topics of vector algebra and 3D unit. So till then, thank you.